Welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming back. I hope you are all having a fabulous day. I am coming to you with my second small project. It is DAC, of course, 23 by 23. Believe in yourself. When I purchased it, I didn't pay too much attention to the size. And when I got it, I was like, whoa, I was not paying attention to the size at all. So it was small, but you paid for the shipping and you got the dang thing for free, so I guess I can't complain. So, I figured I'd show you guys the progress of it and talk about Trapper's Big Adventure. I'm sure you guys all love hearing about Trapper. This is a good adventure, though, so nothing bad. You guys might think it's bad, but he had a blast. When he was 3 months old, I took him hunting. And my dad about flipped a lid when I said I was taking him hunting. Because he was a baby. He was 3 months old. My dad was scared something would happen. But I said, nope. I'm not leaving my dog with you. He's going with me. He needs to learn to ride in a truck and be able to handle sitting for a long time, because a hunting dog could sit in a truck for hours. He needed to learn his patience. It took him a little while, but he got it. Now we can load up in the Jeep. It's a 76 TJ5, load up in that, take off, go hunting, and he'll just lay in the back, rides. 90% of the time he's sleeping until the Jeep stops, then he knows something's going to happen. And then whenever we stop for a deer, we let him out. That's when he retrieved his first gray squirrel. I have a picture on my wall of him. If I remember, every time I put the bullet in, I'm going to try to put a picture in. Remind myself. So he retrieved my first gray squirrel. And I was so proud of him. He was 3 months old and he retrieved my first gray squirrel. It took him a minute because he was so wound up from hearing the gunshot. He was like, what is going on? And my dog don't get scared from the gunshot. It makes him excited. He's like, all right, my job starts. When I hear the gunshot, my job starts. So I got out. My brother stayed in the truck with Trapper because I wanted to make sure it was completely dead before I sent my 3-month-old puppy out to get it, because gray squirrels are mean little son of a bitches, and they will actually latch on to your dog's lips. And I've seen it happen to my buddy's dogs. And I didn't want that to happen to him at such a young age and get scared from it. So I made sure he was completely dead. And I thought I missed because I couldn't find him. That little son of a gun went straight up the tree, ran over a bunch of other trees, and then as we were walking back to the truck, because my brother ended up and got out, and I had Trapper where it's like, screw it, let's see if he can pick up the smell. He took us like straight to the tree where he went up, and next thing I know, I see him fall out of the tree like 4 trees over and squirming around. So I gave him another shot, make sure he was done, and then sent Trapper in, and he took him about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and he found him. He was excited as can be. He took off running straight to the truck, like, look what I got, Dad. He was excited, boy. Ever since then, anytime I go hunting, that dog, he knows it. Half the time now, I don't take him because I don't have room in the truck. When it's me and my brother in the truck, and now he's a 100-pound dog. I don't even know how much he weighs. I had him weighed when he was 9 months old. He was weighed. That was the last time he was weighed, and he weighed 100 pounds. Or not 9 months, a year old. He weighed 100 pounds. And he's almost 3, so I don't really know what he weighs. When he goes to the vet here in August to get his rattlesnake shot, he will get weighed. And I'll let y'all know what he weighs. I bet he weighs every bit of 110 to 115 pounds. He comes up and sits on me. He's heavy. But we ended up and camped that weekend. We were gone for 3 days in total. And my other brother had his dog. So Trapper would play for a couple hours and then he'd go to sleep. And it was good because he slept a lot. So he had the biggest field day. I will insert pictures. It's gonna take me a minute to go through my phone and find them. But he had this one spot where he was digging a hole. And I'm looking at the picture right now hanging on my wall. And he's digging this hole, but it looks like he's taking a shit. I showed it to people and they're like, what is he doing, taking a shit? I'm like, no, he's digging a hole. And they're like, oh my god, I thought he was taking a poop. Nope, he was digging a hole. Maybe he was digging a hole to poop in later, but I don't know. And he would get up with my brother in the morning, and because my brother always had to get up and go out and go pee first thing. I got up, I got ready, and I didn't have to pee for a little bit. But he'd get up and go out with my brother. My brother wouldn't put him on his leash, and he'd just go out with my brother. But y'all don't understand what my brother is to Trapper. My brother is Trapper's uncle. And Trapper loves his Uncle Justin. And when my brother comes over, he'll go, Trapper! And Trapper will go running up to say hi to him. And Justin is like 6'5" and like 250 pounds or so. Yeah, maybe more. He's up there. And he'll just bear hug Trapper and pick him up straight in the air and hold on to him like a baby. And Trapper just gets all soft and gooey and just wants to be loved on. He loves his uncle. I would show you a picture of my brother, but he'd probably get pissed off at me, so I'm not going to do that because my brother's my best friend. But I will show you all a bunch of pictures of camp and Trapper and his great adventure and the boy had fun. He got to see his first deer. We stopped one time and we're looking at this group of 4 does, and all of a sudden he jumps up and goes out my window and starts doing this little screechy bark. And I'm like, what are you doing? And the deer were on the opposite side of the road. And then all of a sudden I look back over and he's barking at a deer on the other side of the road. And I'm like, Justin, there's a deer over here. Like, are you serious? Yeah, Trapper pointed it out. So, yeah, Trapper's a hunting machine. I have a couple training videos on my YouTube. I probably should do some more of him retrieving and trailing something, because I drag duck pheasants all across the yard and zigzag patterns and just go all over the place, and I let him out of the house, and within like 30 seconds he finds it. And I confuse him all the time. I'll take it and I'll hang it in a tree. Or hang it on the gate. Or put it in the red tip platinias. Just so it throws him off. Every time it's someplace different. And I swear, the dog, his nose works better than any dog I've ever had. Deer, oh, that dog smells deer. He goes nuts. There's a big old turkey out in my field. So I ran in the house and grabbed my turkey calls. And I didn't grab my slate call because I just got it in my sportsman's box last month, I think it was. And I haven't played around with it much. But I'm not a slate call person. I use a box call and a tom call, which you shake and it gobbles like a tom. So I throw Trapper in the house because I didn't want him scaring the turkey off, because it was in my neighbor's field and I was going to try to call it to my field and go shoot it. Yeah. But throw Trapper in the house. I grab my calls. I pull my box call out, because usually right now it's spring. Usually they'll come to a hen call. So I threw off the hen call, which is the box call, 4 or 5 times. I got a hen response, but no response from him. And then I threw up the gobbler call. Yeah, I know I'm talking about hunting. Shut up. Hunting's coming, Bubba. Bow season's coming. And then rifle season for deer and bear coming up in August. I cannot wait. Sorry, I'm packing up these beads or diamonds because that one is done. But he is a hunting machine. I put him on birds. He does phenomenal. And when I say birds, I mean like pheasants and quail and chuckers. Anything like that, he does phenomenal. 317. And I'm trying to find some journals, so hold on. He's just been the awesomest dog when it comes to hunting. I have no problems with him. The only problem is he's so hard-headed. I don't know why I put those in there. He's so hard-headed. When he gets on something, he don't want to come off of it. He's like attached to that. It's like he's got tunnel vision and he's locked in and he ain't backing down until he gets it. So that's one downfall because he never knows when to stop. He will run and run and run and run. And I just have to keep calling and calling and calling him. That's the only downfall of Trapper. Once he gets locked onto something, he don't want to back down. He seen a bear once, and he growled at it and jumped out the window. But I caught him halfway out the window. This was when he was 3 months old. I was like, no, you are not going after a bear, dog. Sorry. But he will hunt anything. And then the next year, it was so big, and we hunt in a little Toyota pickup truck, and it was just no option for him to go. I wanted him to go, but hot as shit in the summer. So it's hard to take a dog in the summertime. There's creeks all over the place, so we used to always stop and let him run the creek. Shit, we'd go lay down in the creeks to cool off. And it just got to the point where he's too big, he's too hard-headed, he don't listen when he gets locked on to something. When he smells something and he's locked on, you ain't stopping him unless you shoot him. And I have done that before. Now, let me rephrase that. He was like 100 yards in front of me, and there's no way a quell load of 12 gauge shotgun was gonna hit him. Just basically shot to see if it would stop turning, and it did. He was like, "Oh, Dad's shooting something back here, let's go," and he takes off running, and it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your butt, boy." I wish I could take him more deer hunting, because I know he would find my deer. It's just, in my state, it is against the law to hunt deer with a dog. There's other states all over the place that you're allowed to. Well, let me rephrase that. During bow season, you cannot use a dog. You're technically not allowed to have a dog in your truck. But if they see it's just an old dog that's just riding around with you, or like Trapper was 3 months old riding around with us, he's like, "Oh, cute pup, it's a good time to get him out and get him on the road," and, you know, he understood. But then later on, when he got bigger and I took him, the game warden was like, "Yeah, you may want to think about leaving him at home, because he's just, he is a hunting dog, and another game warden may give you problems with it, but he says, I'm going to let you continue on with your day because I know you ain't hunting him." And I said, "Oh no, he's just along for the ride. It's my sidekick. You think I can leave my dog at home?" I take him pretty much anywhere, everywhere I can take him. He loves Tractor Supply. He goes in there, and all the ladies are like, "Oh my God, he's so cute. Let's get him a cookie." And then they try to get him to do a trick. They're like, oh, can you do tricks? And I go, yeah. Put your finger up. And then he, as soon as she raises her finger up, he sits straight down and looks at her like, okay, give it to me. And she's like, are you serious? Oh, yeah. Trapper knows his finger commands. You tell him one finger, sit, 2 fingers, and point down. Still lay down. A full hand, stay. And when he was 3 months old, he knew that. He learned how to sit by a finger command when he was 9 weeks old. The stay, that took a long time. That was like 5, 6 months old before he learned the stay part. He would sit and lay down, but as soon as I walk away, he would walk with me. Like, nope. Sit down, stay. But that's the old knothead story. Now he's just... I take him duck hunting when we go duck hunting. I take him bird hunting when we go bird hunting. He can't really go deer hunting anymore, so during deer season, he don't see me that much because I'm gone. He usually stays at my brother's house because my brother has 2 labs that are his cousins. And I usually stay there and just drive up in the mornings, and he stays there and hangs out with them. That makes me feel a little bit better because he loves being around his cousins. And if you feel like I'm weird because I'm calling my brother's dogs my cousin, or my dog's cousins, yeah, well, I call them my nieces, so not sorry. Not sorry. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. They're like family members to us. Oh, there's a loose drill. I'm drinking, wherever I'm driving, I don't care about you. Oh, I'm singing, sorry. So, let's see how long I've been doing this. Alright, I've been going for 23 minutes. Let's go ahead and continue on. So, Trapper. I'm sure everybody knows who Trapper is. If you come to my live streams, you see him. He, I think, is the best dog I have ever had. Now, I don't know if you guys believe in a dog comes back generations later. You know, like if you had a dog and it passed away, it comes back generations later. Well, I swear, I'm not going to say to death because I don't swear to death, but I swear to Jeebus that Trapper is my old dog. Because he acts just like him. Hard-headed is all get out. Aggressive to dogs sometimes. And definitely people. just some of the things he does. I swear he's came back as DJ. He does 3 things that DJ used to do that no other dog I've ever had has done. So it just kind of leaves me wondering, tell me what you guys think. And, whoop, I almost put on the wrong color. Man, I don't even know what else to talk about. He's been such the best dog besides his surgery. And I already talked about his surgery. If I can figure out how to put in the cards, I'll put in the cards. But he's the loyalest dog. Well, I can't say the most loyalist dog I've ever had because I used to have a little wiener dog that was like super loyal. That dog did not want to leave my side. Okay, so let's talk about my dogs I've had. Okay, so I grew up with a Saint Bernard and a Basset Hound. And the Basset Hound came up missing. And the Saint Bernard was not happy at all. He was a sad boy. Like 3 years later, I found my dog. About killed my neighbor. My neighbor had my flippin' dog. I was out riding my bike with my brothers, and our road that I live off of is like 5 miles long. And I'm like, I don't know, probably 2 miles down it or so, I guess. I don't know exactly. Never really thought of it, but we're almost to the end of the road, and back then it was a solid dirt road from the main highway out to the end of the road. Now it's partially paved. And we were all the way at the end. And my brother says, we go riding by this house that, I mean, this is like a neighbor that's like 4 houses down. And when I say houses down, it's probably like 4 miles down the road, because we live on 10 and 15 and 20 acre lots. And we drive by this house, and this Basset Hound starts barking. And I stop, and I'm like, Justin, look at this dog. And I was like, oh my God, he looked just like Skeeter. Or not Skeeter. Peter. Skeeter was another dog. My grandma named him. His name was Peter. Peter and Skeeter. I was like, it looks just like Peter. And as soon as I said that, he like started wagging his tail. Like, I'm like, are you serious? So we go up to the fence, and we start looking him over, and we're like, dude, this is our dog. So we go home and get our mom, and she goes down there with us, and the lady comes out and goes, please leave my dog alone. And we're like, hey, come here. Like, where'd you find this dog? Oh, he just showed up one day, and he was so sweet, I couldn't get rid of him. Yeah, it's our dog. We live like 3 miles up the road. Oh, well, it's so far out here, I just thought somebody dumped him. I'm like, no. But it was a little old lady. She was so attached to him, and she'd had him for like 2 or 3 years. So and he was an old man by then. So we just let her have him, and we went down and seen him whenever we could get a chance. It was just crazy. And then my parents got, after the Basset Hound was gone, and the Saint Bernard passed away. My parents got 2 German Shorthairs, and I grew up with those dogs. It was Chemo and Guzzler. They were the best dogs I ever had. If I can find a picture, I will insert in a picture. After that, I had another dog who was a Queensland Heeler. Her name was Jody. She kind of became my mom's dog. And I was fine with that because, I don't know, everything kind of became my mom's. And then after that, I got a potbelly pig because my grandmother raised potbelly pigs. So I had a potbelly pig that lived with us. Our house burned down in 94, or actually late 93. I was going into my 94 year of school year, and my pig pretty much became my mom's pig. He would allow him to, he would let me get somewhat close to him, but he would 90% of the time lay next to my mom, and if I would touch my mom, he would flip out, like come at me with his mouth open and like do this little. Sorry, folks. This is getting pathetic. Make sure you guys are getting a view of this. It's getting really pathetic. This SD card just wants to garble my voice, make it sound all funkified, like I'm a freaking alien or something. So I'm recording it, or re-recording it. So we were talking about my potbelly pig, Arnold. Arnold, like I said, pretty much become my mom's pig after I went back to school. And he didn't like anybody coming close to my mom, which was good. But at the same time, it's like, you're my pig. You've pretty much adopted my mom as his new parent because I was gone at school. Which was fine. My mom loved that pig. I love that pig too. It was a cool pig. I loved him when he was little. He was so cute. I'll have to see if I can find a picture. If I can find a picture, I'll add a picture in the end of the video, but no guarantee on that because I'm not good with pictures. I don't like taking pictures. My ugly mug in the picture. So yeah, that was my pig. You guys are gonna get a trapper extravaganza of pictures after this video is over. I'm gonna throw a bunch of pictures of Trapper in so y'all can see him from when he was a baby. You can also look on my Instagram and see all the pictures because that's where I'm mainly at, is Instagram. So I don't really plan on making this video super long. I'm almost done with it. I only have a little bit through here, and then down through there. So I'm probably gonna cut this off here and do this one in like 30-minute whips. That way you guys can see a little bit of the process of it, because I haven't really been sharing this one. So, I just want to thank everybody for coming and watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all had a fabulous Easter. And much love to y'all. And as always, peace. And like my tattoo. I cut my hand one day at work, and later on, after I cut my hand, I got into a bunch of ink from work, and that's what the ink from work did. Made it black. So, anyways, peace. Have a great night, day, whenever it is you're coming and watching. Appreciate it.